All right, so today we're going to be talking very briefly just about what a fort looks like and the basics of the defenses of the 18th century. Here you can see our two just basic images of what a fort design is like. This is the most basic uh, Vauban style, bastion style fort. Minimum, you need 4 bastions, and from each bastion you could defend all 2 walls. And a bastion is just an increased part of the wall that sticks out beyond the main curtain wall here. So you can see from this wall it extends a little bit, and from one bastion, like I said, you can defend 2 straight walls. And if the enemy is attacking one of the straight walls, if all 4 bastions are filled with troops, you could get a crossfire from each of these bastions. From a more advanced fort, you want as many layers as possible, because remember, forts are like onions. You want as many layers so you can pull back each layer as they get taken to have added defenses. In this fort, you have on the outside, you have a glacis, which is a sloped mound of earth. You've got a moat here. This is the lighter lime green looking color. And then you have the ravelin, which is kind of like another bastion that does not touch the main part of the wall here. You don't need to get the details of ravelins and glacis and moats and all that fine detail, but know you want many outer defenses. So if you were trying to attack this wall, this curtain wall here, to get through, you'd have to first get over the glacis, which is again it's a sloped mound of earth. That'll absorb a lot of the cannon shots. On top of that, you'll have a lot of abattis, which you'll see when we talk about Fort Ligonier, what an abattis looks like. Then they would go into the moat that could be anywhere from 3 to 10 feet deep. And then they'd have to pass either through between the ravelin and bastion or get over the ravelin. And then they would hit the curtain wall. And from all that, they would be getting attacked from the ravelin along with the bastions as well. It would be very hard to take a well-defended, well-equipped fort. It would take a lot of men. So you either have to storm it, take lots of casualties, or generally you'll just have to slowly wait it out over months and months and months before you can take it to starve them out. The Fort Frederick here is a stone fort here in Maryland. It's about an hour away from the mount here. You can see it just has the 4 bastions, but there's no outer defenses. It was built in 1756. Right here, this is the Potomac River here. And it was never attacked. Part of it was because it was so far away. It was about a month away for the French to get here. So when they built the fort, they decided they don't necessarily need outer defenses because the French aren't going to bring that much artillery. And if they do bring it, it's far close enough that they could easily get reinforcements either from the Maryland militias or Virginia or possibly from Pennsylvania. So they decided you could easily just go with just 4 bastions. It's the only fort built of stone by the British here in North America. So if you're trying to attack here, you can see this is a pretty tall wall. It's about 15 feet tall, at the tallest bastion here. And it would take a lot of work to get through it. If you were trying to attack the gate here from these 2 bastions, you would get crossfire. And the beauty of a bastion fort as well is if you just have these 2 bastions filled, you could defend all 4 walls because this bastion could defend this wall and this wall, this bastion could defend this wall and this wall. But with all 4 walls filled, even if the French did a 2-prong attack, all 3 of these bastions would be having a crossfire that would cause lots of casualties. Fort Ligonier, this is not a stone fort, it's another British fort though. It's built in 1758. This was built along the Forbes Road. General Forbes realized Braddock's defeat, what we learned about earlier, and that he needed to have good fallback points and have well-defined, protected supply lines, so in case he does get attacked, he can easily pull back. It was attacked, but because you had such good layers and you had so many men, that the French couldn't take it or didn't do enough damage to cause the British to retreat. You can see we have the 4 bastions here. And up that, you also have this demi-lune or ravelin here that's full of artillery. It was a very good defense as well. See from one of the bastions here, this is what abattis looks like. This is a crafted abattis. It just pointed spikes to slow down the enemy. Or you could just use a bunch of fallen trees that have the branches still on that would just slow up the enemy. This here is, you can see this is the glacis with abattis on top, and this is the trench, and this is the main wall. So if the French attacked, they assumed they got through the abattis here, climbed over, climbing up the wall, and they would land in this trench here, and it would be very hard to get over it, so it's very good defense. So these are the main defenses of a fort. This is how you defend a fort. If you have any questions, let me know. You can rewatch this video, and we'll see you in class soon.